What's up, y'all? My name is Cody and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little different than what I usually bring you, but we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later. I really just wanted to get in today's video. First things first, yes, location change. We are officially in the new house. Well, it's new to my husband. It's not new to me. I grew up here. I grew up in this house. But I'm very excited. I got all my books put away. This was one of the first things I unpacked, so I'm very, very excited. But the point of today's video is to deal with my Goodreads currently reading shelf. There are currently 10 books on there, and I'm that person. I like to read multiple books at once, but this is getting a little out of hand, so we're going to deal with that. So like I said, there are officially 10 books on my currently reading list, and I think there are 2 of them that I'm not going to get to. They're both nonfiction. One I'm doing a book study on where I actually sit down and I'm taking notes on this book. So I don't think I'll have time to sit down and continue to take notes on this book, but if I do, cool. It's only I think it's 220 pages, something like that, so it won't take me long. But I'm so sorry, my nose is itching like crazy. Ugh. Moved back out to the country and now all of a sudden I have allergies. Never had allergies before. So yeah, I'm ready to get started. I'm ready to just crawl in bed and read. It's nice and gloomy outside. My weather app says it's supposed to storm later, and if you've watched my channel before, you know that I'm not a big fan of storms. I'm terrified of tornadoes, and thunderstorms make me extremely uneasy. So it says it's supposed to storm later tonight, which is great, because now I get to see if me and my husband's theory is correct. Me and my husband have a theory that the reason my storm anxiety was so bad is the fact that we lived in a trailer. And if you ever heard the expression, I'm happier than a tornado in a trailer park, we're wondering if that's why my storm anxiety was so bad. And because I've lived in this house, I've been through many storms inside this house, we're going to see if my storm anxiety is as bad. I expect they'll still make me uneasy, but hopefully not so much that I'm, crying and staying up all night watching the radar. Again, my nose is so itchy, I'm so sorry. But yes, this is going to be fun. The majority of the books that I'm currently reading are on my Kindle. A couple of them are physical copies that I own, and one is on audiobook, but it's also, I own the physical copy. But I like having the audiobook because I have more stuff I'm supposed to be doing, honestly. I'm supposed to be unpacking, I'm supposed to be cleaning and doing stuff like that, but it's gloomy and it's gonna rain and all I want to do is sit in my bed and read. So we are gonna go ahead and get started with that. Fun part about living in a new house is I'm not exactly sure where my filming setup's gonna be. Because on this side, you can see all my books. But this side out here is the lake, and it looks so pretty, but you can't see it. And also you can't see me very much, so I don't know. I think the first book we're gonna start with is The Sun and the Star Maker by Rachel Griffin. I usually don't go for YA books, but I couldn't help it. And I know you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, but I did. This cover is so beautiful. I literally could not read this book. As soon as I seen a book YouTuber I watched, she was talking about it. As soon as I seen that cover, I was like, I need to read that book. That is so beautiful. I need to read that book. And I am on page 306 out of 427. And I have a feeling this book is going to break my heart. Is it? Someone else who's read this book. Is this book gonna break my heart? Future me, is this book gonna break my heart? Oh, Oh, there's the herring. Hi, buddy. The herring just landed on my dock. Oh my god. Oh, I wish I could go down there and get a picture of him, but he runs from me. As normal wildlife does. He runs from me. He's so pretty though. Anyway, no, we're gonna get started. Yep, I'm gonna start reading. I only have 120 pages left until the end of this book, and I'm scared. I don't want it to break my heart, but I think it's going to. my god, no. No, no. Oh my god, this is not fair. I'm not done with the book. But I don't think it's a good sign that I have, like, I don't know, I can't do math in my head right now, 70 pages until the end of this book. I'm crying. I don't know if that's a good sign. Oh, I knew this book was gonna break my heart. So I just finished The Son of the Star Maker. Oh my god, I think that's a 5-star read for me. It made me cry, it made me smile. The ending is so sweet and so awesome. Oh my god, I can't quit smiling. I loved it that freaking much. This was most definitely a 5-star read from me. Oh my god. And the fact that the author wrote this after suffering a very traumatic brain injury, like, I love it. It was a little slow to begin with. Sorry, my son is playing like right outside my door. It was really slow to begin with. And I don't know, I feel like it could have been like a little bit more, not spicy. I'm not talking about spice, but I'm talking about like the banter between them that could have been a little spicier. But like, also, I don't know if that's just because I'm used to reading like adult romance, fantasy, like, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but like, maybe it's just because I read more adult romantasy that I expected their banter to be a little bit more at each other, but I don't care, because you know what, it was such a great book. Oh my god, it was so worth the read. It was so worth it, and I loved it, and I'm so happy that I judged a book by its cover and picked this up, because it was beautiful. And such a great, like, story and plot. And now I need a copy to put on my bookshelf like a trophy, because I loved it. That leaves 9 books left on my currently reading shelf. Now I don't know what I want to read. I've been like in a real big fantasy mood, and I think it's because I finally finished my reread of A Court of Thorns and Roses. And of course, as soon as I was done with those books, all I wanted to do was go back and read them. So I've been on like a real big fantasy kick. I'm not really wanting to read thrillers, which unfortunately I have like 3 of them on this book. I don't want to read just romance, which unfortunately the main romance I'm in the middle of is the last book of, what is it called? Chestnut Springs series? It's Hopeless. I'm on the last book of the Elsie Silver series, Hopeless. So I don't know if I want to read that, or come here, or if I want to keep reading this. I think I'm on like chapter 22 on my audiobook, so like I don't know if I want to keep reading that or listening to it, because if I listen to it, that means I have to get up and do chores. I don't want to do chores. I would just sit here. I don't know. So I'm gonna go talk to my husband, because he has to sit and listen to me talk about books. It was in our marriage vows. So I'm gonna go talk to him about it, and maybe he can help me figure out what I'm gonna read next. Here's a fun tidbit of information. We just got put under a severe thunderstorm warning. Actually, we didn't just get put on there. We got put on there like an hour ago. And I'm not freaking out. How crazy is that? I scrolled through my currently reading list right now, and I think we're gonna keep reading Hopeless by Elsie Silver. I would really like to complete the series, because I've been doing good. I completed the... what did I just talk about? The A Court of Thorns and Roses. I just finished the ACOTAR series, so I'm kind of feeling like maybe I should finish another series and finish Hopeless. So, let's try that. Oh my gosh. I think with all romance series, we all pick out our like one favorite couple. Or like, we have like our favorite characters. Obviously, in every book series, we have our favorite characters. But I'm telling you right now, Harvey Eaton, the patriarch, the father of these boys, is my favorite character. He's so funny, and he reminds me so much, oh, what's his name in the Rebel Blue series, Done and Dusted? Amos Rider. He was my favorite. Out of that whole series, Amos Rider was my favorite, and Harvey Eaton is the same way. Which is funny, because when I've been reading these books, I've been noticing that something that my husband picks fun at me for is true. I will read the same plot premise, just in different font, as he says it. Because when I read, what's the second book? Heartless, with Cade, it reminded me so much of Lost and Lassoed, with Teddy and Gus from Rebel Blue series. And Powerless, with, I get these names confused so much, with Jasper and Sloane. That really felt like the, oh, what one was it? Wild and Wrangled from Rebel Blue series. So yes, I don't care how similar these books are, because I've seen people complaining about both, is that, you know, the Rebel Blue by Lila Sage series is way too close to this series. Don't care. I do not care. I will read the same basic plot premise in different fonts. I don't care, and I'll enjoy the hell out of it. And honestly, now that I've read at least like 30 pages, I'm getting more into it, and I think the reason I struggled with starting this book so much is because of the fact that after I read Heartless, which was Cade Eaton, I was so excited to read about Bo, which is this book. But when I realized that Bo's book was actually the last book and not the third or even the fourth book, I was like, I want to read Bo's. I don't want to read about Jasper or Theo yet. But now that am I happy I read them? Yes, because they were cute and I enjoyed them. But now, like, when I very first started this book, it was all of a sudden like, okay, I'm not excited to read about Bo anymore. Like, I'm too focused on the other couples. I don't want to read about Bo anymore. Now that I said, I've read about 30 pages. Now I'm, like, getting into it and being like, okay, I'm down for this, Bo. I'm down for this. I don't know how this has happened. Ignore this weird ass angle. I have got two animals who do not like thunderstorms. Sand and Muttley don't like my boxes. There's still boxes everywhere. But neither one of them liked the storm, so now I'm nap trapped. Oh, Jesus Christ, that was close. That one was pretty close. I don't even know if you've seen that on camera, but that was... Oh. Okay. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I know. Come here. Oh. Muttley is terrified of thunderstorms, and he either wants to be in my lap or above my head. I'm trying not to let him above my head. So, this is probably how I'm going to sit and read. He's shaking. Like, you can see him. Look at my hand. He is... Poor dog. I've tried everything for his storm anxiety. I've tried thunder jackets. I've tried, there's this cream that you buy and you rub it on their nose and it's supposed to help calm them down. I've tried, building him a, like, panic room where it's pretty much you take a box and you cut a hole in the box and you cover it in like real thick blankets so he can't hear the sounds, but it don't work. But yeah, I've tried everything for this damn dog and nothing is working for him. You're alright. You're okay. You say hi? You want to say hi to everybody? Say hi, everybody. I'm scared shitless. It's alright. It's alright. He'll he won't lay down. Like, he'll lay down for a little bit and then he'll get back up. He's restless. But yeah, we're gonna get back to reading. This is how we're gonna read, huh, Mutt? So the power's out. It's been out for about 45 minutes. It's fun. It's fun. We'll see how long it takes for it to come on. But update, I am 284 pages into Hopeless, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. But I am getting to the point where I'm like, oh my god, you two dancing around your feelings for each other is really making me mad. Like, just have a damn, like, real ass conversation and stop trying to protect each other's feelings. Hey, power's back. It was off for about 2 hours. Yeah, that's all I got. That's all the kind of update I've got for you. So I finished Hopeless by Elsie Silver. It was cute. It was really cute. It's like a 4.5 star for me. I think I enjoyed it more than Jasper's book, but not more than Theo's. I really liked Bailey's character. Like, I can't exactly relate, but I can understand her being timid around people who have looked down on her entire life. I can really understand, like, her character, how she can be so boisterous and so loud and so comfortable with a person that she is comfortable with, but when it comes to standing up to people who have constantly looked down on her, constantly have bullied her and stuff like that, she gets shy. I really can understand that. So I really like Bailey's character, and I have not so far found, of course, the only thing I've read of Elsie Silver is the now entirety of the Chestnut Springs series. I have not come across a man written by Elsie Silver that is anything but perfection. Yeah, so I really like Beau. He was cute, but like I said, I always get to that point in romance books where I'm like, oh my god, would you two just have a fucking conversation with each other? Like, come on. Yeah, it was cute, and I enjoyed it. Now to figure out what we're reading next. Anyway, I'm going to go make me something to eat because I'm finally hungry. Of course, my bottomless pit of a toddler has told me he's hungry too. So I'm gonna go make something else for dinner, and I will think about it. I might listen to Fourth Wing while I make me some dinner, because I could also read that. I'm just not sure. But yep, that is 2 books finished today. I'm super excited. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna read next. We'll think about this. Okay, I did want to let you know what books we have left. We have Between Fae and Flames, The Last Secret of Lily Adams, A Dowry of Blood, The Spider Heist, and Fourth Wing, and Silence in the Shadows, which is on my physical TBR, and it is the last book of a series that I have been reading for a while now. It's Darcy Coates' Black Winter series, and I kind of am in the mood to, excuse you, here. Would you let that go, please? I'm kind of in the mood to finish another series. Oh, thank you. That was so nice. Yeah, I'm kind of in the mood to finish another series, but also I'm kind of looking for something with a little romance in it. And while that series does have romance in it, it's like a subplot. It's, you know, the romance is the main focus of the story, which is fine. I don't mind that. But it's more of a horror novel, and I'm trying to figure out if that's something I feel like reading right now. Are you watching the birds? Are you watching the birds? What? I don't see any birds. What has got your attention? Oh, there it is. I see the bird now. Yeah. Can you guys see her? But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna go make dinner. Excuse me. And figure out if I want to read something, listen to something, and like play a video game, because after staring at this for what? I don't even remember what time I started reading, but I've probably been staring at this for over 5 hours. My eyes are starting to hurt a little bit. So either I'm going to listen to Fourth Wing, or I'm going to get Silence of the Shadows. So I made dinner. I made pizza foldovers. I already started eating one because I'm hungry. And I listened to the rest of chapter 23 of Fourth Wing. And the last line of that chapter cracks me up. Oranges? Shut up, you're proud of me and you know it. Like, this book is cracking me up. It's making me laugh, which I'm really enjoying, and it's able to get me past, like, the parts of the dark academia that I'm just not a big fan of. I can't even, like, pinpoint what I'm not a big fan of. I just want the dragons. I just want the dragons and the romance. That's all I want. But, you know, there's gotta be more to a book than that. And I'm gonna tell you, the banter between Xaden and Violet is exactly what the Son of the Star Maker were missing. Now I know this is a adult romantasy and that was a YA fantasy, but the banter in this between the two of them is amazing. And this is like true enemies to lovers, because, alright, I mean, I'm assuming, it's like I said, it's been out for 3 years, I'm just now reading it, I know Xaden is the one. I know he is. Like, I believe this is true enemies to lovers, because they literally, how do I say this without spoiling it? They literally cannot kill each other. Like, I don't want to say they can't be without each other, because that sounds like a mated, like a fated mates kind of trope, but like the situations around, or the circumstances, that's the word I'm looking for, the circumstances around the relationship of this whole group, not just Violet and Xaden, but the relationships and the circumstances of the whole group make it to where, yeah, you may not be able to stand each other, but you guys can't do anything about it, so deal with it. And I like it. I'm really, really liking it, and I know for a fact I'm going to read the second and third book, so this is just another series that I'm starting to add to the list. A list that includes the Dark Window duology. I need to read the rest of the Crescent City. I need to read the third book, Crescent City. The Lights Out trilogy. Yeah, there's a lot of series I'm in the middle of. Maybe I should do a video on that, on finishing the series I'm in the middle of. But, yes, I think, like I said, my eyes are kind of hurting from staring at my Kindle. So I'm going to do not the next best thing, and I'm going to stare at a TV, because I'm going to play a video game. So, we'll update for you. According to my audiobook, I have 7 hours left of Fourth Wing, but I just got to the scene with, like, the competition between the wings, like, the 4 wings, and I just got to the end of chapter 28. Not going to spoil it, but if you remember what happens at the end of chapter 28 during the competition, that's my fucking girl! This is gonna be a 5-star read, isn't it? I have a feeling that this is going to be another 5-star read for this me. 2 5-star reads on one video. Could you imagine? Oh my god. Like that scene, I literally had to pause my video game and pause the audiobook, and I was like, that's my girl. That's my girl. I'm having so much fun, and I can already tell I'm gonna want the next couple books in the series. Okay, so it's a little bit later than I would like to be updating you, but it's been a day. Last night, I was just living my best life. I had my audiobook going, I was playing a video game, and around 10 o'clock, power went out. And it was pitch black. Obviously, it was 10 o'clock at night. So, of course, it was pitch black in the house, so my son freaked out, so he came in here and got in my bed. He fell asleep, and thankfully, when I woke up, the power came back on. The power was back on. But I had to run to the store, so I listened to Fourth Wing all the way to the store and all the way back. And of course, why does this always happen? As soon as I pull in my damn driveway and I have to turn my book off, shit was going down. Shit was going down. Everything was getting messed up. Everything was fucking up. So I have to keep reading this book. Because I'm on chapter 35. I'm a little bit into chapter 35. I think that I don't know what page I'm on in the audiobooks. I'm pretty sure I'm on like page 440 or something like that. But yeah, things are going down, things are happening, and I really need to know. And this is why I'm so thankful that I have this book on audiobook, because I need to work on this room. You can see that there are still boxes behind me that need to be put away. There are boxes I need to get out of this room. I just need to clean up our bedroom. So I'm going to put my headphones on, and I'm going to listen to the audiobook while I clean up this room. But like, how do I say this without spoiling it? It's just, shit's about to go down. And I'm stressed. Rebecca, honey, Rebecca, we really need to talk. How are you going to end a book like that? How? Oh my god. Okay, clearly, I finished Fourth Wing. Definitely a 5-star read. I'm so happy I'll be able to get Iron Flame. I think that's the next book of the series. But, yeah, that cliffhanger, though. Spoilers, this book ends on a cliffhanger, but, like, what do you mean? Oh my god, it was so good. It was so good, and, like, God, I love... It might be silly, but for the fact that Violet has, like, weaker tendons, and, like, really has to focus on the way she fights, so that way she don't hurt herself and she don't potentially, like, break her arm or dislocate her shoulder. Like, that is something throughout this entire book, because I've had a couple people ask me what I've thought of Fourth Wing, and that is one thing that has stuck out with me, is the fact that, you know, we always see these female characters, these FMCs with, like, instantly they know how to fight, and instantly they are badass at moving their powers. So seeing Violet have to overcome certain things that her body does to her, that she can't just will it away. She can't just magic it away. She has to deal with it. I really, really enjoyed that, and the fact that, like, you see her progress throughout the story. I really like that. Now, I've read books where, like, she has to be rearing and ready to go, or she already has, like, past training, and she's ready to go. Like, she has past training with this kind of weapon, so she's, like, able to go ahead and use it. But, I don't know, it's just kind of refreshing to see a FMC that you grow with her. You watch her grow. And, yeah, I thought it was really, really good. Definitely a 5-star read. Oh, I can't wait to get the next one. Cannot wait to get the next one. Do I know what we're reading yet? Nope. Here's the bad part. This was the only one on, I guess, what you can call my TBR for this video. This is the only one I had an audiobook. The rest are either physical or Kindle. So we might be stopping reading for a little bit, so that way I can continue to clean. I might turn a show on YouTube. So I can continue to clean, and oh my god, I know I'm not going to be able to pick up another book and immediately read it. I know this book is going to give me a book hangover, because I just want to read the next one. This was amazing. I hate that I waited so long to read this. Like, I'm not, but I am. If that makes any sense. Like, I feel like if I had read this, like, right as it came out, and I would have had to waited for the next book to come out, then the next book to come out, I'd have been so brokenhearted. But I feel like I'm so happy that I've read this now. It intimidated the hell out of me for some reason. It did. But I'm so happy that I read this now. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. I just put Fourth Wing down, because the audiobook version I was listening to had bonus chapters that were in Xaden's point of view, and I was eating it up. And then I sat for a little bit and struggled with what I want to read next, because all I want to do is read Iron Flame, which I did put it and Onyx Storm on hold for when, like, on my Libby app, so that way as soon as I get it, I can start listening to it, because I can't help it anymore. I need to know. I need to know. I can't think about anything else. But I have to think about something else because we need to eat dinner. So I think I'm going to make us dinner. And while I do that, I'm going to multitask and read between Fae and Flames, because I feel like it's got the vibes and it'll give me what I want right now. I really hope it will, because I need something else. I need something to, because I can already tell. Fourth Wing is going to put me in such a reading, not even a reading slump, a book hangover, where I can do nothing but think of Fourth Wing. Because the reason I picked up Fourth Wing is because I was having a book hangover from A Court of Thorn and Roses. When I finished that series, I was having a book hangover. So that's why I picked up Fourth Wing, and now Fourth Wing is going to give me a book hangover. It already has. I can't stop thinking about it. I really can't. I can't stop thinking about it. Anyway, I'm done rambling about Fourth Wing. I apologize for the lighting, but it's past midnight. So I finished Between Fae and Flames. I don't know what to say. I really don't. Because, like, on one hand, it wasn't the worst thing I've ever read. Was it the best? No. Like, I guess, okay, real quick. This is a spoiler, because I have to talk about this book, and the way I'm feeling about this book, I know I can't talk about it without spoiling something. So if you haven't read Between Fae and Flames, and you don't want any spoilers, you can go to this little time slot right here, and it'll skip past the whole spoiler. Because see, for me, like, the thing that really kind of bugged me about this book was at the beginning, it was okay. It was moving fast. That pace I like at the very beginning. It didn't drag it out. Like what I call the ignition of the conflict. Like, it didn't drag it out. It was happening. There we go. But then it was like, once she got with the Fae King, and, like, he rescued her from the evil king, and he brought her back to his lands, and then it was just, like, rapid fire. Everything's happening so freaking fast, and I was like, I feel like this book would have been better in my head if the author had given us time. Like, if she'd have made a longer book. It was 270 pages. And I'm not saying it had to be like a 500, 600 page book. It didn't even have to be a 400 page book. But if she'd have just stretched it out a little bit longer and had given us a chance to fall in love with these characters, I might have been more invested in their relationship. Like, I don't know. It's just so, everything happens so fast, and they just keep reiterating about how she's so weak. Which, yeah, she's a human in fairy lands. Of course she's going to be weak. But, like, even when they're trying to train her and give her more, like, chances to protect herself, they still are like, here's how you get away. You'll never be able to kill a Fae. Here's how you're going to get away. You can't kill a Fae. And it's literally like, okay, guys, how about you give her more things to be able to handle herself, to be able to take care of this if she needs to. Because the other thing that was really bugging me is that I get it. She's a human in a Fae lands. The king and the people she's around, like, the king himself and, like, 2 other people tell her, Fae are not the monsters you think we are. But then, like, she's in the castle at, like, a ball, and she almost gets killed. They go out into the city, and she almost gets kidnapped and killed. And it's like, the amount of times that happens in this book, don't get me wrong, I love a good, like, not damsel in distress, because that makes me think of, like, helpless women who cannot save themselves. Like, the best thing I can come up with is, like, in A Court of Thorn and Roses, or in, if A Court of Wings and Ruin, when Farrah's fighting and she's overwhelmed and she needs help. Rasan comes to help her. He gets to swoop in and we get that moment of, oh good, he's here to save her because he loves her. I love scenes like that. I love them. But like, Farrah was never defenseless. Farrah just got overwhelmed and needed help. This girl literally is a damsel in distress. She cannot defend herself to save her life. And on one hand, I get it, because she's a human. She's never fought a day in her life. But also, how many times can a girl almost get kidnapped and murdered in a 270-page book? But like, see, here's the thing. There are things that I did like about it. Because, I mean, like I said, it wasn't like, there was never a moment in these 270 pages that I ever stop and go, oh my god, I cannot finish this book. Like, I wanted to know what happened. I wanted to finish it. And the ending. This is the first book of, like, so far what I believe is a trilogy. And the way this book ended reminded me of The Never King. If you've never read the Never King series, it's a dark Peter Pan retelling, and it's a, like, why choose romance, which is not my cup of tea. I don't yuck on anybody's yum. You love it? Awesome. It's not really ones I ever really go for. But I remember reading the first book, and I remember telling my husband, be like, yeah, this was a fun little adventure. I don't think I'm gonna read the rest of the series. And like, on book 3, he asked me, he was like, I thought you weren't gonna read the rest of the series. I'm like, at the end of each book, it has the nerve to get interesting. It has the nerve to draw me in just enough to read the next book. And I really think that's what's going to happen with Between Fae and Flames. Like, towards the end of it, I was like, okay, it's almost done. It's almost ending. We're almost done. We're almost there. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And then the book ends, and I'm like, oh, great. Now I have to read the second book. And I'll probably have to read the third book. So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I think I'm going to rate it, like, 2 stars, which is, like, on my rating, 2 star is, like, there were parts in it I didn't enjoy, but I finished it. Like, I don't know. I really don't know. I was just kind of, like, the pacing, it was so fast, and everything was happening so quickly, and then all of a sudden, she has to go through this maze to get to a map, and it's like, why do we need the map? Why do we need this map? And then it's like, okay, now I need to go get this eye, and it's like, okay, why do we need it? Like, I kind of understood why we needed it, but it was just so brought up so fast that we don't know why she needs it, or why she needs to go get the map, or why only a human can go get the map. It's like, if she had made this book, just like stretched it to like 350 pages, given us more time to fall in love with the characters, given us more information on why certain things can only be retrieved by humans, this would have been a better book. But, like I said, these are just my opinions. This is how I felt with the book. It wasn't bad. It's just, I don't know. But yeah, that's my rant. That's my rant over for Between Fae and Flames, and I'm probably going to read the next 2 books, just because they're short, and unfortunately the book got just enough plot in it at the end to make me want to read the rest of them. But that is unfortunately where I think I'm going to leave this video. I know we didn't get through the entirety of my currently reading list, but I was planning out my day tomorrow, and tomorrow is the start of my husband's days off, and there's just so much stuff to do around. Oh my god, I cannot talk tonight. I am so tired. I am so tired. There is still so much stuff to unpack and put together inside this house that for the next couple days I'm probably not going to have the time to read like I want to. The room that is eventually going to become my office for my crochet business is pretty much been our dropping point for a lot of stuff that we don't know what to do yet. And unfortunately, the majority of like my big office furniture has been put up front with everything I need to unpack behind it. So for the next couple days, we're probably going to be gutting that room and destroying what parts of the house I have already cleaned up and have already unpacked, just so we can reorganize, so I can get to the stuff that I need to unpack before we can even start on my office. So yeah, I think that's where I'm going to leave this video. We did read 4 books in 2 days, so that's pretty awesome to me. I feel accomplished. What I did want to tell you guys earlier, I remember from the start of the video that I was going to tell you why this video was a little bit different. As I said, my office is nowhere near being complete, and unfortunately I do not have the ability to bring you guys crochet content. All my crochet stuff is packed up and shoved into the corner of that room, and I haven't been able to crochet at all. It's actually been driving me crazy a little bit. You ever lose your crojo and don't want to crochet? Pack it all up and make it inaccessible, and suddenly you'll want to crochet. Because that's what happened to me. But yes, I don't have the ability right now to bring you guys crochet content. But I miss making videos. So you may see more reading vlogs, maybe slightly more gardening vlogs once we get our actual stuff set up and I can start actually having a garden, because that'll be nice. It's something I've wanted. I still will bring you guys crochet content. I still have my business. I'm still signing up for markets. But, you know, you're going to see reading vlogs sprinkled here and out until I get my stuff up. And honestly, once I get my crochet content going, you're probably still going to see reading vlogs, because I am in such a reading kick that I don't want to stop. But yes, I do believe that's where I'm going to leave it for today's video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate you guys spending this time with me and hanging out with me while I read some books. And if the content I earlier described sounds like something you would really like to see, then please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and I hope to see y'all soon. Alright, bye y'all.